Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I am here with a layout for Simple Stories using the very beautiful Simple Vintage Winter Woods collection. This is an absolutely gorgeous collection, obviously winter themed, but completely beautiful. I love the colours in it, the tones are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, to be honest, I don't really like brown tones, and there is some brown tones in here. However, they're on the grayer side, and the rest of the all the other colours are kind of silvers and greys and blues, very cool colours, and the combination together is just outstanding. I absolutely love it. So as usual, I'm totally attracted to a check print. Anything kind of gingham or check totally has my heart. So I've gone straight for that one there, which is really pretty. It's a white base with turquoise and pink and grey stripes on it, and it's just beautiful. And I picked out a grey colour for the very background. So the pattern paper is from the 12 by 12 papers, and the dark grey in the background is from the Basics kit. They are really lovely papers that are just plain but in the colour tones, and they're just gorgeous. I absolutely love them. I always use them. They're not for every collection, normally just for the vintage ones, but I have a pack of those here, and they are absolutely lovely. A pack of 6, you get 2 of each, and they've got different colours on each side. I believe they're now being sold separately too, so you can buy them singularly, whereas before you could only buy them in a pack. So that's good too. Okay, so I have taken that beautiful check paper or diamond crosshatch, however you want to call it, and I have trimmed it down, and I have distressed the edges and curled them up. Now I'm using a water spray bottle because my friend told me that this is the way to do this. So I thought maybe I could wet my the edges, my distressed edges, and then they would curl better. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that it made a huge amount of difference, to be honest, but it was something I thought I would give a go at. Perhaps if I dried it with a heat tool, that might have set it better, but otherwise I just ended up with kind of soggy paper. But it's worth a try, right? It definitely made rolling the edges easier. However, I think from a final look perspective, it doesn't make much difference. So I just thought I could try that. You know, you've got to try these things, right? So I have distressed the edges. I have curled them up a little bit. I've kind of made bigger dips on top and bottom, and I've mounted that onto my background, the grey background, and that's going to act as my background. Now, I need a bit of white space on this layout, and I decided to go for a circle in the middle of the layout. I love circles on layouts, and I've used a lot of circles recently, and I thought, well, what can I do that's different? Quite often something that I do is when I get a pattern paper that lends itself is that I cut it all up and then I stick it all back together again. So I thought I would try the same thing for this piece of card circle shape. And I drew diagonal lines going crossways, and then I cut all the pieces and cut them all apart. And I'm going to reposition it all back together once I've distressed all the edges. I'm going to stick it back together to make it look like a circle. So as I'm going through each one, I'm making sure that I keep everything in the same orientation so that I don't get confused as to what's what. Okay, so I have skipped forward a little bit now. All my pieces are distressed and stuck back down. They are all raised on foam pads, meaning that I can tuck things in between the layers, because I haven't stuck my foam pads right to the edges of those shards of the circle. I'm really sorry, but I'm wearing antlers. It's because we were having a bit of a Christmas scrappy day, and I forgot that I was wearing very tall antlers, and they keep getting in front of the camera, so I'm sorry about that. There they go. Okay, so I am just tucking all those bits and pieces in. The snowflakes are beautiful. So we have, in some of the Simple Stories collections, not only do we have regular bits and pieces, which is like ephemera, sometimes we have extra ephemera packs that are specific to a collection. So I think in this case it's called Woodland ephemera, and like in a baby collection I think we had rainbow ephemera, and in the Baking Spirits Bright collection we had gingerbread bits and pieces, which I thought was brilliant. So that kind of thing. So I always really like those. And this is the Woodland ephemera, and it had lots of beautiful snowflakes in. So I pulled all of those out. I've used one of those chipboard clusters that are always in these beautiful simple vintage collections, and I have just used that as my base. Obviously it's a circle, so it goes well with the circular background. So I've used that as a layer behind my photo. And I've got a bingo card that I've pulled out of the regular bits and pieces, and that lovely heart. I love these hearts. They're kind of like burlap, and they really look 3D, even though they are stickers. So I'm just trying to add a title now. I'm so sorry about the antlers. I realise at some point, and I take them off, but at the moment I'm full on not realising that they're in front of the camera, so I'm really sorry about that. Anyway, I'm adding a title. I've used that from the foam title stickers. I love the foam stickers, because they not only have titles, and not only do they have titles, they have them in different shapes and sizes as well. So they have different fonts. They have big ones, they have small ones, but then they also have icons as well. So they have like hearts and snowflakes and all sorts of things. So I always really enjoy using the foam stickers. This one's got circles on as well and some hearts. So I'm just continuing to build up the bits and pieces on this layout. I've really used the layers of the circle to tuck things into. I think that looks really good. Created a little cluster over on the right hand side with a snowflake and a piece of bird ephemera and a heart. At the top, I've got snowflakes coming down. I've got more snowflakes poking out at the top left of the photo, the top of the photo. And then underneath where it says, my title says, Love Never Melts. How cute is that? Love never melts. Ah, he melts me, my little boy, as well. So it all kind of works. I think that actually says that on the layout as well. So one of the pieces of ephemera says, "You melt me," and he really does melt me. So that works well. And then I've picked up this pink sticker. It's not a sticker, I don't think. I think it's a piece of ephemera from the Bits and Pieces that says "Frosty Friends." I thought that was really cute. Yeah, I normally distress the edges of my ephemera before I pop it up on foam pads. I just feel that it makes it all look a bit less flat, a bit more realistic, has a bit more texture to it. Yeah, so rather than sticking everything completely flat, I like to distress the edges a little bit. It doesn't do much. It just kind of gives it a little bit more of an outline. Back in the day, I used to ink the edges of everything. So I used to get a ink pad like brown or black and ink the edges of everything. And the reason I used to do that was because it gives separation between the layers. And I distress the edges for exactly the same reason, except that I get, I guess, a bit more of a whiter edge rather than a darker colour from an ink pad. So it's the same thing and done for the same reason, which is to say to give some separation. Okay, so I'm pretty much done now. I just want to add a few splatters, and I normally use white paint for splatters, but I decided to use silver on this occasion. It's a really pretty silver paint, just an acrylic Liquitex paint marker. Lots of people ask me where I get these from. I just get them from Amazon. They're really widely available in the UK anyway. Yeah, I'm just using a paintbrush to splatter the silver paint over all of my clusters. And yeah, that is pretty much me complete. My paintbrush wasn't behaving. I had to go and find a more reliable one. There we go. And that is that layout all finished. So I really hope that you have enjoyed seeing this layout come together. I definitely enjoyed making it. I love this collection. It's just so unbelievably pretty. Pinky tones and the turquoise and the soft grey. It's just beautiful. I love it. Okay. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories using Simple Vintage Winter Woods.